What's going on? Another video from the infamous Thompson'S Kennels coming live to you from Hood Woods. This is an update video for the mean Maha paperboy breeding. Everybody's been asking me about this and puppies and stuff. You know, this is my busy time of year. I'm probably only doing this one breeding this year. I may do something next year, but I'm trying not to overwhelm myself and my family and stuff. Because, you know, you got to have time and a lot of effort needs to go into puppies, and my daughter's on the payroll. Like I told y'all, whoever follows the lives, check us out. I got her on the payroll, so I'm not doing nothing too crazy this year. What's going on, Maha? This is Maha. As you can see, she's big as a house now. I got her set up. You know how we do the kennel. She's a climber, but I don't think in her present state that she can do too much climbing out the cage. But if she decided to, we do have the top 2 panels on so she can't get out. And she's big as a house. I think she's about 3 weeks out. This is a pure Sorrels dog. We bred her back to her grandson, Paperboy. Paperboy is the son off of Flash. Flash is the son off of Mailman. Mailman's the son off of Hustle Man. Flash's mama is Miss Hustle. Miss Hustle is a belly mate sister to Mailman. So we're trying to weave in this Balls Bolio Sorrel stuff. But the main issue with this video is just keeping up with what you got going on. I just put her in here today. I got everything cleaned out. Got this set up for her in our puppy area. She can't defend herself on the chain anymore. When I do my breedings with my dogs, I let them sit on the chain for that first month of the pregnancy if they really like to be on the chain. Maha, what you looking at over there? What you call it? You supposed to be starring in the video, baby girl. But what you call? I usually leave them on the chain for that first month of the pregnancy. Once I start getting the details that it took, and as you can see, she's put on a bunch of weight. Her nipples are hanging down. She's kind of doing that waddling around. I could look at her temperament and see that she's slowing down from what she normally is. This is a little bit of an older dog. This is her second breeding and possibly her last breeding. But what you call, once you see them slowing down and stuff, you got to start thinking of things that could possibly happen. And, you know, you're dealing with game bred animals and game dogs. She's to a point now where I know she can't properly defend herself if something was to happen. If somebody cuts loose, God forbid, and she's the focal point of their attention, she's not going to be able to properly defend herself carrying a litter of pups. So now she's about 5 weeks into this pregnancy. We're going to put her up in this kennel. She'll stay her remaining time in here, probably about a week from her giving birth. I'm going to put her in my high box where she'll have the puppies and whelp and nurse them until we go ahead and break her off. But there's a sequence of events, like I said. This is not the standard rule. This is just how I operate for the young brothers that was asking me about it, how I go about this process. I usually do the chain for a month to 5 weeks. Then I put them in a kennel. And then from the kennel, they go in the high box. My puppies will stay in there for months and months. My puppies usually feet don't touch the ground until they're roughly about 4 or 5 months old. So that's just how I operate. But, you know, it's not an issue of if something happens dealing in these dogs. You have to have a mindset of it's going to happen at some point. And the worst thing that could happen is you have a pregnant female out there on your yard and somebody cuts loose and decides that she's going to be your target. And you know the dog can't properly defend herself. So these are the protocols that we go through with our pregnant females and how we go about doing certain things. She's just checking out the spot. As you can see, she's pretty damn big and she's panting in the shade. It ain't even that hot out here today, but like I said, she's about 5.5 weeks in. 63 days is usually the pregnancy duration, and we should be expecting some pups. I've already got a ton of clients and emails that were interested in clients and emails regarding this litter. So, you know, it is what it is. I apologize for not being able to make a bunch of videos. I've been extremely busy, but do check us out on, if you go to my channel and go to lives, I've tried to be consistent with the lives. Shout out to PBC, shout out to Brother Brown. And we trying to do cook-ups for the young brothers to help them out with their dogs and the do's and do nots of owning these dogs. But I ain't gonna make this video too long. I got too much to do today. That Sniper back there in the other kennel behind her, he's about to get the hell out. I gotta figure out a situation that I could put him in that's more comfortable for me. He doesn't chew the chain, but he grabs the chain with his mouth and he like plays tug of war with it. And he'll do it until, for hours at a time. And he just can't control himself. And I really don't want to isolate him to just being a kennel dog because I'm trying to preserve his teeth. But at the same damn time, brother, you about to get the hell up out of here. Especially if you start aggravating my female here. It's just part of dealing with tightly bred, high-strung, intense dogs. It's just part of the game. They all just ain't, lap dogs. But that Sniper over there, if you could see him, I don't know where he was at. And shout out to Impact Kennels. I put a video on my shorts of Sniper's belly mate sister, Coco, a.k.a. Solo. And I think I threw a picture of her on the community page. It was only 2 pups that lived off of that litter. I kept one and Impact got one, but we ain't gonna make this video too long. Just saying shout out to the community. So I support all of the channels doing the lives and everything, man. There's great information being passed around. All you guys doing the dog shows and stuff, man. Just keep pushing forward and keep a level mind and a level mindset of what you're doing, and don't rush anything. Some of this shit just takes time, and that's who's gonna win these games at the end of the day. The person with the most patience and the person who's gonna be most consistent about what they're doing and they program. But this is getting kind of long. Y'all brothers have a blessed one. Coming live to you yet again. Thompson'S Kennels from Hood Woods, baby. Y'all have a blessed one.